Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The plague has run rampant in the streets of Athens. So it looks as though we're going to have to set our main quest aside for at least a little bit. Also, Phoebe seems to have wandered off. With no particular evidence as to where she currently is. That sounds important, but there's a mercenary right here. So I'm going to go see if I can deal with this mercenary real quick like, and blame it all on the plague killing him. For really, when it is the killing of... Oh, man. Well, it looks like I definitely am trapped here, as not even that area is available to me. I've been locked in, classic Assassin's Creed style. I guess I'll just have to continue with the game.
This looks like the place.
Alright. So there's the building I'm supposed to be headed to. I would be really surprised, narrative-wise, if I just happened to run into Phoebe. No issues at all. A lot of this game seems to be, I find somebody else, and then I have to talk to them first and help them out first. And then they're like, oh yeah, I saw her running that a ways.
By the gods! What happened here?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be nice and easy.
This was savage. Done to send a message.
Anastasio.
Deimos must be carrying through on his threat.
Oh yeah. Deimos, this version of Alexios, or Alexandros, is a bit of a savage.
Hopefully she's safe.
Oh, hello.
Phoebe! No! Hey! Stop! Phoebe!
I wish somebody turned the lights on. I guess that's what I get for fighting at dark. Oh, everybody's got shields. That's okay, I can deal with that. Damn it. Or I think I can deal with that. There we go. And one more shield. No shields for anybody. It's a very convenient ability. Oh, also I've got to try out a... Yes. So that was a new ability I got that utilizes my assassin skill level, should I say, inside of combat, because like my other like assassin ability could only be used outside of combat, which is powerful and all that. But once I get into a fight, it's like, okay, it's basically stab, stab, stab. Although it looks like this one can benefit from a shorter recharge time, or I need other skills I could use besides that. And I suppose I could always change that wheel around to focus more on... crap. Ah, shit.
Earth, Mother of all, I greet you. Aniazu.
Well, that was the worst thing that could happen.
Kassandra! Are you all right?
I need to speak to Aspasia.
We must find Pericles first. He's missing.
I don't fucking care! Tell me where Aspasia is!
Kassandra!
I'm sorry, Phoebe.
Didn't I say last time that Pericles was going to run off?
She should be there. I think we better go with her.
I agree, my friend. I agree.
Even though both of them... Like, I've got a philosopher and an old-timey medical doctor. Like, what good are they actually going to be? Also, how are they going to get there before me? Or even at the same time? Is there, like, an elevator that I'm missing? But, I guess Phoebe's dead now. I suppose I have to wonder whether that was an avoidable consequence. There we go. Or whether that was going to happen no matter what. I would imagine that would happen no matter what. And I would also imagine it would be very silly of me to think that Kassandra is going to get through this story without losing anybody important to her. And other than Phoebe, who is important to her, definitely not Marcos or Hippocrates or maybe the boatman she's been traveling with. But really, it's just Phoebe, mostly. The death of Phoebe has a greater impact.
There you are, Kassandra. Quickly, Pericles may be inside. What's gotten into you?
Phoebe was killed by cult guards before I could get to her.
Oh no. Dear Phoebe.
She died alone in the street.
No, you found her. She wasn't alone. I know how much of a friend she was to you.
She died
Hope
before
let
I
them
got
get
there.
away with this.
That's
You
pretty much
have to
alone.
fight for her.
Aspasia, you're here.
Any sign of Pericles?
If he's here, he's inside praying. He refused to stay safe in the villa.
Things have gotten even worse in the Agora. It's madness.
Speak later and act now. Pericles?
Madness! This is Athens!
I'm going to destroy everything you have.
Ah, Demos.
Athens is mine.
Pericles!
You know, I was wondering when I was going to actually see the villain of the story a second time.
Stay out of my way.
You'll die here.
Ah, damn it, that counted as the attack. Alright, let's grab your shield. It's odd how the lighting is really, really dark for the gameplay segments, but once it goes into cinema, everything just lights up again. Yeah, having that ability is definitely a bit overpowered. These like pumping up all these numbers into just assassinate has definitely been a good benefit.
Perhaps.
But then again, this is Assassin's Creed. It's not Warrior's Creed. It's not Hunter's
We need to
Creed.
get her out of Athens.
We'll take my ship. We have
Wait,
to
is
leave.
is she the new de facto ruler, or is she just in danger? is the military guy going to take over the country? Also, why is there a statue holding a smaller statue in his hand?
We have to move quickly.
Stay close, just in case.
Ah, because they're probably going to attack my boat. Oh, the nation leader has been... yeah, the nation leader has been defeated by Demos. That's an interesting turn of events. It's got like this gameplay system based on leadership and power. And because of story reasons, the gameplay setup has changed.
And he wants Aspasia brought to him.
I'm not going.
Leave!
Don't let them go. You will not walk away this time.
Okay. Oh, nope. No. For a second, I thought I was out of... Nope. It's because I keep switching between menus. Truly, it is my own fault. Nice. I wonder if these guys can swim. That was more effective than I expected. So it pretty much automatically kills a guy. Okay, now he's still got a shield, so I should fix that. Because I don't want to be fighting like one of the guys and then...
We're going to take you to pieces.
And then my spear just happens to be... Ah, crap. I wonder if that bounty is going to be problematic. I'll just clear it up after this quest is
We're
over.
going to stay, Kassandra.
What? Why?
My work is here. I can't leave the Athenians in the city.
Yeah, Athens needs a doctor.
To protect Aspasia. Leave Athens to us.
Also, I don't need...
You saw what happened to Pericles. You want the same to happen to you?
If every dissenting voice disappears, the people won't turn against him. They need me here.
They need a philosopher.
I have lived as an Athenian, and I will die as an Athenian.
Then do something for me. Both of you.
Of course.
Retrieve Phoebe's body. Give her a proper burial.
Everything she deserves, and more.
Thank you.
Time to go, Kassandra.
And I expect to see you both again. Alive.
Okay. So wait, so does this mean that Athens is essentially going to be blocked off? Or at the very least, very difficult to deal with? Although, once again, another kind of thing kind of pushing Kassandra towards being a Spartan more than an Athenian. Like I feel towards the beginning, like...
The farther we get from Athens, the quieter it grows. As though it's peaceful. But I know better.
I'm sorry, Aspasia. About Pericles. And Athens.
You have no need to apologize. For anything.
It feels like I let everyone down. I didn't get to them quick enough. I didn't make the right decisions.
It's not your fault. There's no one to blame.
That's a little bit of a meta conversation about decision making in games that have multiple consequences. It's almost as if it's like saying like, hey, this part of the story,
I was hoping you would help.
you didn't have much of a choice on that one.
This woman,
Phoenicas. Her ship was called Siren Song.
Phoenicas. Yes. I know the
Phoenicas?
name. Last anyone heard, her ship was docked on the island of Naxos.
Then we go to Naxos to see Finicas.
Finicas? I mean, I suppose that's one way to pronounce that word. I'm not the authority or anything. I guess I'll go with it. I'll just go up to my friends later today and be like, hey, are you going to see X-Men Dark Phoenix? And they'll be like, why would we see any new X-Men movie? Okay. So let us clear the bounty so that I don't have to worry about that. And head off. To somewhere. Might as well fight some pirates on my way. Because I still need resources. I still need a ton of... Still need a ton of resources if I expect to level up this ship. So I might as well take down a couple... Did I I did not successfully board that vessel. Alright, let's take out this... Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to want to board it because boarding it enables my own vessel to regain its health, and I got pretty low in that exchange. Excellent. Luckily, that other ship is nice enough to just keep circling around while I loot the first ship. And it doesn't start firing on my own ship in the meantime, which is very, very convenient. Or even setting itself up to ram. These are very, very honorable pirates. I did not actually want to talk to you.
You'll find Finicas in the villa at the center of town. All the
That's
business is conducted.
These pirates are so considerate that they'll deal with emotional conversations mid-battle.
I haven't really thought about it.
Well, I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We'll reach Naxos soon.
We've had quite the adventure.
Yes, although I don't think it's over yet.
Where will you go?
I have some business to attend to before moving on, and I have friends in the city I need to see.
I doubt there's a speck of land in the Aegean where you don't know someone.
You might be right. It comes with a profession, I suppose. And who knows, maybe I'll see you again.
It doesn't seem that big of an island. Anything's possible.
I'd like to know if all
And
the drama
then
behind
that was
Finicas
the last
worth
we saw of
I'd like
Aspecia.
to know too.
Who knew what she would be up to? Okay. Where did the other boat... Ah, there's the other boat.
Get those positions filled! Hurry!
And they're already shooting at me.
Here we go!
Whoops, I think I accidentally crashed into that Athenian ship. I wonder if this means that the Athenian ship will try to take it out on us. Because there are a lot of Athenian ships here. No, no, no. Why are all these boats like the... Like, why is this area so crowded with boats? Like, there are so many boats. There are so many Athenian ships. They are crashing into each other. Alright. Alright, he's a tough guy. But luckily, he's not so tough that he can swim. Oh my. Good job. And hopefully when I get back onto the boat, I won't have to deal with the plethora of Athenian ships that have decided, you know what? We're going to sail around over here. Or maybe I do have to take care of them. And I'll at the very least be able to upgrade my ship a bit more. Which is not terrible, because I still have a lot of upgrading to do. But if I start fighting Athenian ships, then I'm going to get bounty, then I'm going to have to spend that money on getting rid of them mercenaries. But it looks like I'm on the free and clear. At least for now. That lasted so long.
To your oars! Get that sail down!
It's not safe to be here. Just watch out. Something tells me it's not the last battle we will have. Your heartbeat is as loud as the sea itself.
We're approaching Naxos.
Are you excited?
Nervous? What will I say to
Yeah.
Kassandra, you've traveled half the Greek world to fight her.
It seems as if the docking of the ship has interrupted our conversation. Now, should I go straight there, or should I at least accept this quest from these people? I mean, while I'm here, I might as well see what they want. I don't have to do it right away. I could just be like, hey, what do you want? And be like, I'll do it for you. And then just head in the other direction.
Blood,
Ah.
change. Phoenicus must choose.
This
Huh.
artist's work is everywhere. Their dislike is as clear as water.
Answer with a weapon. Then there'll be no backtalk.
You have to think before you act. This is politics. However tempting it is to act on instinct.
This rebel obviously wants attention. Someone should give it to them.
I had a similar thought. And I think that someone could be you.
Tell me where they are, and I'll put an end to this.
Okay, so you have to think before you act.
Paint. It's a rare color, and I only know one artist who chooses to use it. Last I heard, he lives in a cave at the Rutsuna waterfall.
Is the rest of this art As subtle.
But at the same time, it's like, oh, here, go after this person.
The dust in Naxos must settle, or Finnegas will be killed and replaced as Archon.
I know.
So is
Something
Cassandra's mother
this one man.
the leader, sorts, of this
But
island?
they're certain that Finnegas is the one driving us toward disaster.
I'll stop them.
We cannot answer their threats with violence of our own. That will add more fuel to the fire.
If that's what you want.
It is
All
what
right,
she
I won't be
wants.
violent.
Finnegas wants to fight for the people, not against them. Just stop them making any more art.
If you consider this art.
Yeah, even in like my own ability, that would be a very loose definition of art.
This came from whatever wrote this message. I'll take it to the art merchant.
All right, what else can I learn?
I have some things to ask you.
Go on, it's the slow season.
I found these rock fragments near the graffiti. Do you recognize them?
That, my friend, is emery. Used for various artistic endeavors. Won't give the pottery as good of a shine in that state, though.
Emery. The rock. Is it found on Naxos?
It's mined from the Rotsuna waterfall.
So I have more evidence that the artist is in the location where I was already told the artist was at the location. That sounds very, very damning. This investigation area is a little bit on the vague side. So it doesn't extend that way. Oh yeah, there's more artwork in other areas.
There's some hair stuck in the paint. Maybe from the brush the artist used? I'd better ask Angelus.
And then there should be probably one more spot.
This color looks strange. I should ask the art merchant where the artist could have got it. I have some things to ask you.
Go on, it's the slow season.
If he was busy, get out of here.
This pigment is only used in the graffiti. Has anyone been buying this from you?
I do remember a man asking about this color now that you mention it.
Just him?
Yes, from what I remember. I didn't have any when he asked. He seemed impatient and asked if anyone else sold it.
I found this hair stuck in the paint of the graffiti. Does it mean anything to you?
If he has
Naxos used wild animal hairs
yep.
to form the
If he has
bristles of
hairs in his
paintbrushes.
paintbrush stuck in his
animal
paint,
is this hair from?
that means he's using some poor quality paintbrushes.
I've heard that some
He needs to
films
go
like
to
with hairs
Assassin's
from bears
Creed
and
hardware
tigers.
store instead of just hunting
They're mad if you
animals.
ask me, but artists
Get
are
himself
an
some
unusual
decent
sort.
paintbrushes. Alright,
Thank you. Eros.
I don't think I actually learned anything from any of that. Points to a bear's den. Alright. Well, let's grab this viewpoint, and then we can proceed on that a ways. Maybe try to clear up this quest before finally meeting Marine. I need to try to remember Cassandra's mother's name is Marine, because I keep referring to her as Cassandra's mother, and it just kind of gets a little bit odd. A little bit awkward. Oh yeah, because I'm kind of in like close to that area. But first I'll climb
This
up
temple is
here.
for the god of wine, Dionysus. Bet Marcos would like it here.
Ah, she remembers that Marcos exists. He kind of disappeared after I left Kefalonia. And swoosh. Almost.
Artist.
There we go.
You.
It's just in that bear cave over there. What kind of an artist lives in a bear cave? Oh, hold on. Probably the crazy one that makes death threats. That makes sense. I wonder what kind of animal lives in this bear cave. Is it bears? I mean, I went to the cave of the... What was it called? The Cave of the Dead Wolves. And it had living wolves in it, so... Oh, hello. Alright, there's one ability. Awesome. You know, Kassandra spends a lot of her time fighting wild animals for some reason. Although I suppose she also spends a lot of her time fighting people as well, so I guess it balances out a bit, especially when you consider that the area she's traveling is not exactly the safest. Yeah, it seems as though... Oh. So there's a dead goat. So he's not here, or... So I found the bear and I killed him. Okay, I think I've found where the artist is hiding, elsewhere from the bear. Because I would imagine a hiding place in an area with a bear is definitely problematic. You'd have to find some place to hide. Also, I'm going to grab these iron metals.
There you are. I've been looking for you.
Who's I?
Finicus sent me to find and stop the artist. You.
You're here to kill me.
That's up to you.
Please, Mistios. Finicus is a great leader. Tell her I said that. I'm just a hand, not a mind.
Then you're a
Okay,
gutless
so...
thief. You write what you don't believe.
I didn't know it would go this far.
Tell me why you did it.
I was commissioned. A contract from soldiers. They have power. You try to find people like that.
I would. I'm not spineless.
Mistios, I'm a poor artist. The Archon promised Rachmi I've never dreamed of.
And look where it got you.
I'll stop now. I promise. Not another word.
Yeah.
You made a mistake. A big one. As long as you own up to it.
I do, Mistios. I do. Here, my contract. See for yourself.
We're finished here.
You won't hear from me again.
I'm okay with that. Okay, now that I've done this side quest, I can finally go and say hi to old Mom. See what she's been up to. figure out where the story goes from here? I don't know. Now, here's the question. Does Marine recognize Kassandra right away? I only mention that because I've recently been reading a book called... I'm not going to spoil the book because it's right at the end. But at one point in the book, these two characters reunite with each other. But so much time has passed that one of them no longer recognizes the other, and the other one doesn't remember the first. So it was a bit of one of those bittersweet endings. So it looks like she's on the side of the Spartans then. And yep, she is the leader of this household.
I won't be intimidated. Stock the barracks and double the patrols. If Paros is sending them, I want to know the moment they make landfall.
Yes, Archon.
But Archon, please,
Xerxes,
the merchants have...
I understand your concerns. But
Yeah, how do you just
protecting
kinda-
Paros is what's most important. You may all go.
Yeah, it's convenient that she just dismissed everybody. That way, I get to be alone. On a very dramatic open balcony.
The meeting is over.
Ah, I've got the spear. I forgot about that. Oh, well, at the very least, I remember I had the spear. I just forgot that there was the plot point where she gives you the spear.
Alexios is alive. They have him, don't they? I rebuilt my life from ashes. Do you understand? Now you tell me you're alive.
Yeah, it's strange random happenstance that, both of your children get tossed off of a cliff. And both of them survive.
Really you? It's not some trick of the gods. No.
The gods, those juicy tricksters.
Your brother. We have to get him back. He's too far gone. I gave up on you both once. Never again.
So basically, give him a chance.
What
How
have
did you...
I have a lot of questions.
I'm
I think we both...
sure she does as well.
But ask. I'll answer what I can.
Who is my
What
father?
real father?
How did you know?
I was told.
Nikolaos. You saw him.
In Megaris, yes.
Nikolaos was your father. He was the man who raised you. Until he took his Spartan duty too far.
He mentioned another. What can you tell me about him?
I always hoped you would never need to discover the truth. But there are things you need to know if we are to stop the cult.
What do you mean?
He sought me out before I knew your Nikolaos. I've not heard from him in a long time. What's wrong?
Soldiers from Paros just made landfall in the cove. A small force.
Of course, there is an interruption.
Timo, gather the troops. Questions will have to wait, Lamb.
I want to help.
I assume you can use those weapons?
Better than when you last saw me.
Good. Come.
All right.
Who's attacking?
Paros, across the bay. It seems Silanos has finally grown tired of sharing the marble trail.
Why now?
We've always had problems with powers. I expected an attack, just not so soon.
I guess the time for talking is over.
Allies often forget their allegiances when opportunity beckons.
The problem with the marble trade is everything is written in stone. It's really hard to break away from contracts like that. I hear that a Marine really polished the marble trade.
Why are you working with Sparta, given all that's happened?
Paros made an alliance with the Athenians, so they left me little choice.
You needed support.
A rivalry with Paros is one thing, but they turned it into a war. Their partnership with Athens was too much to weather on our own.
Thusly the war that the other people were saying that she was leading them to. Hello, folks. I am your knight in shining armor. But let's see who I'm up against. Nothing too much to handle. And they left nobody on the boat. So how will I do this?
Another day.
Okay, so I can guarantee I can assassinate that guy. And that guy.
Come on, coward!
Alright, that stealth sequence lasted about as long as I was expecting it to, which is not at all, but that's fine. Am I getting a... Like, how are these, how is this bounty being even reported? Like I understand, like, if you're on the mainland and you kill somebody, like, there are various people that can communicate your crimes. But here, they're out of their element. And, nope, no shield for you. Fantastic. Ah. Alright, let's loot this guy and have ourselves a conversation that is not being interrupted. If we can.
There's always been a rivalry between the islands. After all, Naxos used to control Paros and Andros. They're envious of our craftsmen, too.
And now?
They think they deserve
Also, it's
the
interesting that she's kind of rebuilt herself as this leader of this island off to the east. Like, she's left Sparta and kind of developed here.
You remind me of Nikolaos. You fight just like him. Ruthless and cunning. He would be proud.
It seems she doesn't care for the original dad.
forgotten what you both taught me. I had a good education.
I wanted you to be unstoppable. And you are.
What happened to you in Nargolis after that night?
I found
That
your
night.
brother and rushed to
Yes,
young
that
Dr.
night.
Socrates,
The night the
Hippocrates.
snow turned to
I thought I'd
rain.
lost you. I wasn't ready to lose you both.
I spoke with him recently. That night still haunts him.
I was heartbroken when the healers in Asclepios told me Alexios was dead. The two of you were my whole
Yeah, she ended up with horrible, horrible healers.
They lied to you.
They must have realized he was special and handed him over to the cult.
We'll save him from the cult, Mother. We'll get him back.
The cult is insidious. Once they have their claws in, they don't let go.
Okay, so before, Mother was like, we gotta be able to save him, and Cassandra's all like, he might be too far gone. But now that Cassandra's all like, we gotta save him, like Marine's all like, he might be too far gone to get back.
I don't understand.
That's her tone of voice. I don't know why she talks like that, but
What did we ever do to them?
Now that we're reunited,
we
it's a
existed.
question of what we
Also,
do
this
then.
might also relate to the original dad.
Your ancestors have
who,
been
has
asylum
not
inside for
been,
generations. They've decided we need to eliminate them
named
to ensure
yet.
their plans come to fruition.
If it's our family they fear, we'll reunite and give them a
Also, this means that I guess the next quest I'd have to do is find the dad.
We are not those people. Where others failed, we will succeed.
And we know this because the cult doesn't exist later on in the story. Although, here's the thing. Does the cult eventually become the Templars? I don't know where this game fits in with a lot of the other Assassin's Creed stories, so...
I know you left Sparta, but how did you end up on this island?
I couldn't
Well, you
stand
see,
my
a
colleagues
boat
out
took
of
me
us.
into the water,
I had
and
to
I
help
got
some
on
others.
that boat.
So
And then the
what's
boat
I
arrived
saw an
here.
opportunity to help people
End
who
of
lost something.
story.
I was elected to rule and protect this island from those who would ruin what we've built.
You've done some incredible things. Naxos is lucky to have you as its leader.
It's not been without its difficulties, but I'm proud of what we've achieved.
It's a pity there aren't more leaders like you. Let's continue this discussion somewhere the smell of death doesn't linger.
Ride with me.
Somewhere that we haven't been killing fools.
Let's go.
Also, I just realized something. Is my horse on the boat?
It is.
Have I been transporting the horse from island to island via boat?
Sparta. All I remember is the bottom of Mount Taygetos.
When I brought you to the Pythia as a baby, she never said we would live a nightmare. She said you had such promise.
The Pythia can't predict everything.
And also, we learned in the earlier in the game that the oracles are not exactly a connection to gods. That they're controlled by the cults themselves.
Acted quickly, raising the alarm.
Timo knows Paris is a threat. They make their business clear.
They can't be more clear than sending soldiers. There's no treaty?
Maybe there was, but it's long over. Now there's no mistaking them for anything but the enemy.
An enemy I could help you defeat.
We'll discuss that later. But I think you're right.
Oh. Yeah, just shove your own citizens out of the way.
The temple's coming along, Evandros.
It will stay in ruins if we don't secure more donations. Soldiers can't get all the funds.
They can if you don't want the temple destroyed by our enemy. But I'll see what I can do.
It's a good deed restarting construction. Ligdamis was a great man who deserves reverence.
His battles against corruption and oligarchy are lessons we all should remember. I do intend to finish the temple.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Right after I finish writing my great Spartan novel that really captures the essence of the people of Sparta. Hopefully I don't have to worry about offering up donations to the completion of the temple, especially since I have no idea who this guy is who's being celebrated. Be like, what did he do?
Has been.
But a good one.
I've certainly had worse.
Me too.
You have grown into a remarkable woman, but I see the burden you carry on your shoulders.
Those pauldrons seem pretty heavy.
I'm glad, but I have wondered why the gods chose to reunite us now.
I think they felt it was about time our family found each other again.
If we want to be truly united, we have to find Alexios and rescue him from the cult's grasp.
They are the
Consider
source
it
of all
done.
our pain, and they will cause more to many others unless we act.
I put that life behind me the moment I left Sparta. I have Naxos to worry about now.
Let me help you here. We can safeguard Naxos and then hunt down the cult together. Mirini, the symposium is about to start.
By the gods! I'm sorry, my sweet. I forgot. Prepare the horses. I'll be out shortly.
The symposium?
I need to show the people their leader is strong and in control. Sometimes the face we show to the world needs to be one of strength, despite the chaos we harbor beneath. I will help you stop the cult, but before I can leave Naxos, I have to ensure it will survive without me.
What do you need?
Paros has to be dealt with. We need to weaken their position. Once they're vulnerable, they will make a reckless decision.
It's been a long time since I've worried about weakening positions
and
and...
the Paros fleet to engage us and destroy it. But my admiral Aeneas is missing.
Ooh,
His ship was sailed
that
to
sounds like
Paros
it's
to
going to
engage
lead to an
Ubisoft.
awesome
He
boat
never
fight.
returned.
Or a
Well,
terrible boat
I'll
fight.
find him.
If you need me, I'll
It could
explain.
it could be one or the
Try
other.
to look less intimidating should you choose to pay me a visit.
I'm sorry I was not able to keep the What does that mean? That symbol on his head. I forgot what it like. I'm sure there was a tutorial a long time ago. Ah, because of... That is weird. That is very odd. Because my bounty was earned fighting off the Athenians. Or should I say the neighboring island, who are not Spartans. And then this Spartan guy is somebody that I can kill in order to lose my bounty for some reason. Alas, when you make a game so big, its mechanics are eventually going to fight against each other.
Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.